Hi, I'm Fred Tucker, a seminarian for the Archdiocese of Seattle, and I just wanted to share with you my reflections on the Gospel reading for the fifth Sunday of Lent. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. This is the theme for the Gospel reading, and in the long form, it is said 4 times. Jesus says it first, Lazarus has died, and I am glad for you that I was not there, that you may believe. When Jesus says this, he tells us the reason he performs miracles. When he performs miracles, it is God reaching out to us that we might grab a hold and believe in him. The rest of the time that it is said in the gospel, Jesus has a different reaction to it because each time it is said in a different way. When Martha says it, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. It's an act of faith, which we see because she follows it up with, but I know even now that whatever you ask of God, God will give you. When it comes from Martha, it is not an accusation, but a simple statement as true to her as the creed is to us when we say it on Sunday or on a rosary. When Mary says it, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. She says it out of grief and out of love. Again, from her, it's not an accusation, but a simple acknowledgement of the love that both she and Jesus bore for Lazarus. Jesus responds in kind. He is troubled and begins to weep. But then the crowd that came with Mary noticed Jesus. And some of them say it. Could not the one who opened the eyes of the blind man have done something so that this man would not have died? Jesus is troubled. But it is different than when he is troubled when Mary says it. Because these people do not say it out of faith or out of love. He is troubled because he knows that when he performs the miracle, when he raises Lazarus from the dead, these people that say it will not see what God wants them to see. All that they will see is a confirmation of their belief that Jesus is just some walking dispensary of God's power. But what does this mean for us? We ask ourselves this all the time. We say this to God all the time. God, if you'd been here, this would not have happened. Lord, where are you? And we can say it out of a place of grief, out of a place of love. When a loved one has died, when something significant has happened in our lives. But all too often, when we say it in a trivial manner. God, where were you? Traffic was backed up all the way on the I-5 this morning. I was late for work. I didn't even have a chance to get my coffee. You could have done something. It's important that we ask ourselves, how do I say this to God? Because it's an indication of our relationship with God. When we say this, are we saying it out of love or hope or faith? Or are we treating the one who came and suffered and died on a cross for us as just someone up in the sky who takes care of our problems? But no matter how we say this, there is always hope. And on Easter Sunday, we will see this hope fulfilled when Jesus invites us, by the greatest miracle of being raised himself from the dead, he invites us and he reaches out to us that we might come to him and believe. Because this is what prayer is. Prayer is God reaching out to us so that we can grab a hold of God and grow in our faith, grow in our love, and grow in our hope. So when Jesus invites us, let us too, with the many in the crowd, in the last line of the gospel, who saw what Jesus did and believed in him.